Ready for me?
Let's do it. I'm making sure I'm in focus. I'm in focus here.
How
Mr.
are you?
Coparazzi, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Anyway, well, it's afternoon now. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
First, I'd just like to give my information before I introduce my special guest. I am Vincent the Coparazzi. All my social media is Vincent the Coparazzi. So I just wanted to throw it out there, and if you could comment on it, that'd be great on any of those venues. If you can't, just at least hit like.
yeah, it's something. Just show love.
So anyway, my guest today is Mr. Khalid Bryan,
Yes,
my friend, and he is the producer of this studio.
Yes.
Which he knows his shit, man.
That's right.
That's why I keep coming back here.
I try.
And I do the pet peeve segment, the everyday isms. I mean, you don't have to say anything if you don't want.
I got some isms.
Oh, if you do, okay.
Yeah, I got.
So
some
you're
isms.
not perfect?
I'm not perfect at all. Far from it. I'm figuring myself out still to this day.
Me too, and I'm 67.
It don't stop.
So mine today is about the Academy Awards.
Listen, do tell. Go on.
I'm not going to be long about it, but
Let's hear it.
and this is basically originally was a pop culture podcast that was made for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so tough for me to deal with these people anymore. I don't watch it. I didn't watch it. Movie stars, to me, they just don't stop. And they really think they're royalty in America. And they think people are going to listen to them. And I'm not going to get into the political aspect
No,
of
I
it.
get that.
I'm just getting into the movie stars themselves,
I've noticed that.
who I think are not. You go into the old. I'm old now. I mean, I watch movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. You can't compare the performances today are less than memorable. The two movies that were raved about this year, I saw both of them and didn't like either one.
Yeah. All right.
No, I'm being serious.
That's good to know. No, I'm telling you, I can speak on that point.
And I also, that I'm with the book that I wrote, the Coparazzi, I was so into. I was an aficionado on movies.
You worked on the movie scene.
I certainly did, and I couldn't work with these knuckleheads today. I want nothing to do with them, and because they just don't stop.
No, I get it. I will say on that note, I have noticed a difference because if you think back in the days, you would watch your favorite movies over and over. Today, I can't tell you to say any movie I saw more than twice. And then another thing is the movie industry, like they're used to just weird celebrities, but now that podcasting is coming in, it doesn't cost $80 million to produce a feature film now. You can do a podcast for $75 and get just as many views. So I feel like it's a lot of jealousy.
Yeah, the only movie I think I did watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a few times. I just, Leo and Brad Pitt and
Can't miss that.
and
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, and I really enjoyed it. And it was based on a true story. The ending should have happened in real life if you saw the movie, but it obviously...
Which one? The Da Vinci Code? Which?
No, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood about the Manson murders.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It was made in 19, I think. So it's out
1919?
2019. 1919.
I'm like, damn.
So
That's funny.
like I said, I know a lot about movies, especially the golden years. And here's the thing I don't like about the internet. Because there are people that aren't, and I think AI, but that's another show I'm going to do. I think AI is going to destroy the country. I really do. Because if you go on Facebook, there's stories about old Hollywood stars. They're so not true. There's stories about current stars that fight and feud, but it's not true. Like they'll say so-and-so is not going to do a movie with this one. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Because, even though I'm not involved anymore, I know the culture of the movie. I wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
So anyway, what is your ism today?
Damn. I wasn't even thinking about. I was so into your ism.
Ah,
Pause.
thanks, man.
I would think my ism would be, damn. Something about, okay, how would you define your ism? Like, is it the thing that most recently bothered you? Or?
No, it could be anything. It could be a newspaper article. It could be you stubbed your toe. It could be you had an argument in your car. Remember the other day when I called you up, I was arguing with someone?
Yeah, that road, I'm telling you, yeah. Okay, my ism would just be when I'm trying to just think about something and I just cannot get the thought out. Like, it's just I'm in a loop and I'm just riffing from one thing to one thing.
Like an OCD type.
Yeah, like an OCD. Like when I cannot concentrate on what I'm doing because of distractions around me not stopping. I guess that's my ism. But outside of that, just sometimes I try to understand why people do the things they do and the way they do it. Like, why don't you do it like me? Because the way I'm doing it is the right way to do it. You know, so just I guess I'm my own ism.
That's
in my
fine,
compulsiveness.
man. Are you a perfectionist?
Yes.
Oh, so there you go, man. And sometimes, like I said, getting back to the movie, sometimes I'll see something on Facebook. It'll be the wrong picture with the wrong movie star. It'll be the wrong word, the wrong movie, and I'll be like, they allow this. That's not the movie.
Me off.
That pisses me off.
Okay. I have a new thought process of the ism now. So I'll come back later.
All right, whatever. Well, I wanted to talk to you. Yeah, whenever you can think of
I'm gonna
it.
just hit you with my ism. I'm like, pause. I'm like, ism.
Perfect. I wanted to ask if you don't mind before we get into the conversation I wanted to have, which is about podcasting.
Yeah.
The real estate game for you is done?
Spiritually, yeah. I guess I just got bored. I don't know. Like I was all in, but it wasn't really like my life goal. I just got into it, and then once I was in it, I'm all in on whatever I'm doing. So with real estate doing well, I was able to build this studio. So I just been ignoring the.
So you were an agent, or you bought and sold yourself?
I was a broker. So I just focused on multifamily properties, and I would help people build portfolios and do a 1031 exchange to systematically build wealth.
And what about the current situation down here? What's your thoughts on that? Because I could tell you mine, but I'm not adverse like you are.
Yeah.
I mean, my particular building, they're suffocating me. Assessments are almost $60,000 for me, but I heard there are other buildings, 100, 150, 250, and everything doesn't work, and there's nothing you could do about it. If you decide you're not going to pay, they keep your condo.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, everything shifts. It's like a big pendulum. So it all gets figured out one way or another. We're never going to stay in like one issue. The way from what I last checked in, they're kind of trying to plan to resolve the condo issue is the SHIP programs, like the first-time homebuyer programs, those funds. Instead of using them for first-time homebuyers, they're trying to get it to where condominiums can use those same funds to fix their problems. What happens is after Surfside collapsed, they're more strict. They're not letting buildings slide. So now there's so many buildings with deferred maintenance, it costs more to fix the building up than the whole building is worth.
100%. My building was built in the 70s. Almost came down with what was the storm 13 years ago? Sandy?
Probably.
Almost came down with that. And now they put more money into it. Man, when they said the pools alone are $3 million, I go, man, I lived in a few houses. I didn't pay millions for pools, but we got to add extra this and extra
construction
that.
costs, oil costs, all of that.
Unbelievable,
yeah.
Really. But you know what? I decided that it's all over. It's everywhere. I'm just going to wait it out. And I'm going to stay put because my real estate. I try to sell it for 3 months, and they wanted me to take like a $60,000 loss. And I said I ain't moving to South Florida to take a $60,000 loss. I'll just stay when it's better. I'll either sell or just stay.
Yeah, it's about paying attention to what's going on because back in my days, what investors, the big developers would do is they'll start buying out units one after the other. Sometimes the association members would do this. They'll buy one after the other, and once you own 51% of units in that community, you are the association. You're the board, and you can make the decision.
Is that ethical for the board to buy?
Yeah, they have the right of first refusal. It's in your docs. I've had a board shut down the closing so the president could buy it because it was too low of a price. So the president had like 10 units in this community. So long story short, once you have that authority, because everything is so expensive to build and we have so many billionaires and centimillionaires around here.
You really do.
It makes more sense to just go ultra luxury. Just tear it down, build a skyrise, build a
Well,
mall.
they have. That's why another reason why I'm kind of in a way lucky because they built 4 buildings next. I'm in Pompano Beach.
Yeah.
You can't get in for
redevelop.
less than $1 million. Although I just heard one of them loaded to $875 you know, for like a studio or something.
Yeah.
So I would assume once my building is finished, if I wanted to sell, I would have a good choice. I'm across the street from the beach.
Yeah.
And
Just be alert because if you're starting to get notices, this is not advice. When you start getting notices like, hey, we'll give you this amount, we'll give you this amount, sometimes people will just hold out to the last minute. And as they acquire more of the community, your unit is less desirable. So the offers go down. They only need 51%. They don't need all of them. So as they get closer to that 51% number, the offers tend to go lower because at that point they demolish, rebuild. And it's not like you get a cut of that. You just kind of, here's what we got for the rest of the land.
Wow. See, so many things you learn you don't even know about.
Yeah.
What do you think about DeSantis? Just two things. The one is the property tax is supposed to maybe go away, except for the school tax. Well, I mean, only the school tax is going away. So if you pay $5,000, $6,000 a year, you might save maybe a couple thousand, maybe.
Yeah, it's like they're just finding better ways to fix the economy's real problems because property taxes are one of the biggest issues. You'll buy a property and the taxes say $4,000 a year,
But
$3,000, but then
$6,500.
yeah, because you have to look at the assessment because the current owner, they can only raise their taxes so many times if they're living in it. So once they sell it, they can recalculate it, and it's based off the average of the area. So if all the property around you is around $1 million, guess what? Your $60,000 condo is now fitting into that average of taxable.
Wow. So you think that's the biggest problem? Or?
No. And then as far as the school things, they're closing a lot of schools in Broward. So why do we need this funding now? So it's kind of like we're not using it. We need it for other things.
What do you think the taxes are percentage-wise to your condo worth, the school taxes? So if you pay, let's say, $5,000 a year in all taxes, what's the percentage of the school tax?
That I don't know. It's usually like at the bottom written down as like a set, this is how much is going to schools. But I don't think it's like you're just going to not have that and then you're saved. I'm sure the taxes you're paying for is like street lights, plumbing, the sewage system, like to keep your area running. Where let's all come together based off your ownership of land in the city.
Right.
So with the condo, the square footage of your unit, that's your percentage of ownership based on the square footage of the building.
Wow.
So if your unit takes up 5% of their square footage, you have 5% of that part. You have 5% of that pool. Like that's how
so confusing, bro.
It's very confusing. That's why you need a specialist realtor.
You need a specialist realtor. What about the other, the HOAs thing that just passed or going to pass, where I can't see them doing away with them because then who would cut the lawn or who would fix things in the building?
The same way the city's doing it with the little swells, like this, they want to take over.
Who? I'm sorry.
Like the same way the city, like if you ever go outside and the city's like cutting the grass on the street, that if your property's within the city, they can add that to your taxes. This is assumption. This is speculation.
No, I know.
But I would imagine they would just add that to your taxes, and now you're paying the city to cover lawn maintenance and the trees in the area and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're just gonna add it.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is complicated. I do know one thing: they're not selling like they were a couple of years ago. Not in my building, anyway.
Because it's hard to get a loan in there, maybe.
Yeah, you can't get a loan. They want cash.
Mm-hmm. Because lenders won't lend if they don't see the money protected. So if it looks like this may not be here in 30 years, we're not going to put money into it. There is a community in Pembroke Pines that got shut down. Like because of the balconies were unsafe, the entire community was condemned. Everyone had to move out.
They got no money for that?
There was no money produced.
So in other words, if you owned a condo in that building, you lost all your money.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
that's common.
That's very common, right?
Yeah, so sometimes it is better if you have to take a loss, just take that loss and start over versus letting it all go.
But where would you start? If you wanted to stay in the same area, you're going to go to another building with the same problems.
Right, but you couldn't use a loan, so you wouldn't want to. The biggest thing is if you get a lump sum of money, instead of trying to buy something cash, it makes more sense sometimes to just use that as 3.5% of something bigger or 20% of something bigger.
Okay.
So let's just say you sell it and you clear $100,000, I wouldn't advise you to try to buy something for $100,000 cash. You're gonna be right back in the same situation unless you change areas. I would say let's take that $100,000 and if this property's $300,000, let's put X amount down and make sure it fits you financially because this is more likely to appreciate over time. Whereas where you are
so
now,
don't pay it off. You mean?
No, you definitely want to keep paying it because you want the ability to get something else.
Don't buy it outright is what I mean.
Not in the current situation. If you see how they plan to fix all their issues, because sometimes they're just kind of keeping it going until they can either get help from the city or something. Because if they get the program funds, that could fix it. But what all is wrong? How far behind is it? Long story. This all started in the 60s or 50s when associations first started. This building was built 3 years ago. I'm not going to spend $50,000 to redo the pool and all of this for what? It's new. But what happens is they're all dead and gone by the time all these are real problems. So now the new associations coming in this is how much we're making, great. And they're not going to be so adamant about fixing things because it's so backed up. So now that when you're required to do it, they realize how little you've been doing all this time. Because the associations are just a bunch of volunteer homeowners that get together.
They battle too, man.
And they get yelled at.
Kick them out. They try. Oh, it's horrible, man. But there have been some associations that have been locked up too because they stole the money. It's
a thing. So that's why they're saying it can't just be a couple individuals in the community running the community.
Right.
It's better because what they're trying to do is eliminate fixed costs and like unfixed costs, because the association, if they want to spike your fees, now you can't afford your mortgage. Now you're going to foreclose. If the taxes are too high, you can't afford your mortgage, you're going to foreclose. They offered the FEMA remap. You can try to get your flood insurance taken out if you feel you're not in the flood zone. They're trying to find ways. And then what they're trying to do now with the 50-year mortgages, it's a way to have a lower payment. You're not worried about the percentage or...
Yeah, who's going to live that long?
Yeah, but exactly. I can afford where I live finally.
But that's... Well, in my building particularly, like I said, I thought about getting out, but I've talked to many people on A1A, and man, everyone's having problems.
Saltwater.
I just hope the saltwater. I just hope DeSantis is aware of this, because he preaches his usual LGBTs, not in my schools.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and they're closing.
And the what?
They're closing. The schools are closing.
I didn't even know that. And
also, a lot. The theory, they're like sending 3 schools or closing down and go to the bigger school. I feel like what they're trying to do is build these super. I got this theory from a colleague, Duriel, from Miami Realtors. They're trying to build like these really nice big communities, and then all the schools are like just a K through 12 center. Your whole family goes to that one school. Just pick them all up, drop them all up. It's convenient.
Those aren't they. They've done that in Long Island, New York, too, where if the kindergarten, the other building for high school, middle school, they'll be right on the same.
This is going to be a facility, like best of the best. This is you got to afford to live here to even go into this. Like that's how it's like zones. Don't think about that.
Yeah, man, I can't think about that.
It's okay.
I don't have that kind of tolerance to think about that. But
it's all Florida, though.
Yeah, you think Florida is gonna be okay then?
I like to assume things. I'm looking at the president owns personal property in Florida. Jeff Bezos is in Florida. Messi's
Sylvester
in Florida.
Stallone's now in
Florida. They're in Fort Lauderdale. They're trying to retitle Broward County Fort Lauderdale County.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Because it's Miami-Dade, Palm Beach. Right. This should be Fort Lauderdale County. Everyone comes to Fort Lauderdale.
It's packed down there now. I mean, with the spring break traffic, and you can't even
They're
drive.
pushing people out.
Yeah, and they're pushing the old people out. But
they're pushing the young people out, the partiers, the spring break partiers.
I heard that yesterday.
Down.
They're shutting down the spring breaker because people can't control themselves, bro. It's
more residential now.
Yeah, and right, the actual strip when I came down here in 1986 was all like rundown motels, not even hotels.
Yeah, it was just bars back in the day, but now there's hotels, motels, condos.
Now there's mansions on almost like they did in Miami, where that what's his name got killed. The Versace, yeah, and it's unbelievable.
That's a hotel.
I heard that's a hotel now, and they have dining and
right down the street. If you hit the beach and turn left, they're all houses on the ocean. But even the houses on the ocean have problems because they have constant fights with the public being on their beach.
Like right here on La Solis or something?
So imagine there's just constantly people in your backyard. They're getting pissed off, but the city's like...
They don't close off private for the beach?
You can't put a fence on the beach.
I thought,
you're not allowed to put a fence on the beach.
Because if you go to Pompano, sometimes you'll see this condo, but we have a private beach. But it's not really
These
private.
are houses on the beach.
Oh, those are big houses,
They
too.
own up to like the highest shoreline or something like that, like wherever it drops.
And they have the saltwater problem, too, I would imagine.
That's why they're all newer houses.
That's what?
Why they're all like newer houses. Like they're just now building them.
Mm-hmm.
In this industry, with the repair costs and everything and damage being so far, it just makes more sense to just tear it down and build something bigger.
I see that in Hillsborough.
Yeah.
I drive through Hillsborough all the time to go to Deerfield to see friends, and like they're knocking down mansions to put another one up.
Because they're putting up like 2 mansions. Like this is crazy. Rick Ross bought a mansion in...
Rick who?
Rick Ross. He bought a mansion in Star Island. I think he paid $4 million. He did a full-on tear down and rebuild, and I think that was worth like $20 million. The big investors, they're not buying rundown little cheap houses anymore. They're buying old mansions because it's going to cost so much to fix them. They're going to tear them down and build a twice as nice mansion.
There's a lot of money down here.
Ultra luxury.
We came down, me and my friend came down about when we were 18. About 3 of us came down. We drove down from New York. And even Miami, was so run down. On the Strip, you can get a hotel for $9 a night, a motel.
Yeah. A lot of multifamily there is very cheap. The cheapest properties you can find are in Miami, but also those buildings are built in the 20s. The 20s, the 30s, all that salt, you're going to have a lot of issues.
Was it Collins Avenue or something down there where they had the...
Just old buildings near the ocean built in the 20s or something.
I don't even know how this state stays afloat, man, with all the hurricanes and water that's around us.
They have hurricane, like they're built to withstand like a Category 5. It's just as the new bylaws come out, I guess I'll call them, because if you want to build something now, you have to put hurricane impact windows on it. You can't just build something that has to withstand a hurricane if they're gonna let you build it. So we didn't have that.
They did that to my condos have not my condos, but my condo, they have the hurricane windows. When they rebuilt it after Sandy, they put the hurricane windows in.
But you also need a hurricane door and a hurricane
door
roof.
too. Yes, it's quite interesting because a lot of people have the mindset that I had. Okay, I'm going to leave New York, and I'm going to live like a king in South Florida. No.
You can.
Where?
You have to get crafty.
Yeah.
You got to get crafty.
Also, even the car insurance is more here than there. Never in a million years.
We drive defensively.
Yeah, but I was telling a friend of mine it's a no-fault state. So even if you crash into someone, both people have to suffer for it.
We don't have state tax.
We don't have state tax.
That's it. And homestead protections. Like
I'm
if
a homesteader.
You go to jail and all that, your property's still there. They can't just take it.
They could take it if you don't pay your bills.
Right. But as long as you, like Diddy, when he went to jail, he sold his California mansion, and I think he upgraded his Florida mansion.
That's
homestead.
Unbelievable.
OJ did the same thing.
OJ, that's right. He knocked down his mansion in Brentwood, California, and then
they doubled down in Florida because of homestead protections. Yeah,
it's wow, man.
Everyone's coming to Florida. We got your back. It's just
everyone's coming to Florida from the East Coast, and then
just be careful buying a condo. Like when you buy a condo, you just want to look into how old is this building, when was it last recertified, because things like that. It's like, okay, it's gonna cost $3 million to fix everything, but this guy's willing to give us $5 million to tear it down and build up. Well,
that was my mistake. I was renting.
Yeah.
When I first moved here for 3 years.
Not a bad idea sometimes, yeah.
I should have stayed there.
Renting.
But that building was also under construction, no pool. I said, you know what? Before they raise the rent, which they can, any amount they want, I found the place I found. I still think I got a decent price considering what's going on.
Yeah.
And we'll have to wait and see, man. I just want to
stay informed with the association. See what's going on, what they're doing.
I'll stay informed by calling you.
Bet. I got you. I don't do real estate. I'm in the AI game now.
Are you in the AI game? What is that about?
So I kind of went double down on this podcast studio, and just AI is coming. You kind of have to either like learn to control it and drive it and grow with it, or like you could.
I know nothing about it.
It's important that you get into the AI situation.
How did you know
when
about it?
When ChatGPT first came out, my friend Sheik just showed it to me, and I was just amazed. Like, oh my god! But it does everything. Literally, there's nothing it won't do.
Wow, but they also could exaggerate. And people, you get a crazy person, let's say, and somebody puts up his girlfriend's picture with another guy, AI. He could believe and say, I'm going to go kill that guy right now.
Yeah.
That's where I think it's going to get dangerous. I mean, look what's going on politically, all these AIs and nonsense.
You have to learn about it, because I do see a task force coming out like AI.
An AI
investigator. Yeah, it's going to be a thing. They have to learn how to identify these things. But that is a thing, and that's why you want to learn how to get it. So what I'm doing is with the studio, I'm having a lot of people come in for like 20-hour sessions, 5-hour, 10-hour sessions, because they're doing like e-courses or audiobooks. So I'm making AI clones of people. So you come in here for like 1 hour and we do like a sample recording. I just record your mannerisms, your voice, the way you look and how you blink and every day. And we train it.
You could do that?
Yeah, we train your clone, and pretty much.
So you could change this whole show right now
if I wanted to. I would need your authorization. Like, you have to verbally say to the camera, I'm Vinny, and I authorize the use of this for it to work.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so people, if you just had like just you talking about something, you would just send me your script, and I will send you making a video, but it's your clone. But no one knows it's not you.
Yeah, that's complicated, bro.
So it's a must. Like businesses, like CEOs, if you want to make like a training program for your company, you're not going to sit here for 20 hours and record it if you could just give me some money and I'll make you do it. monthly. Every month I could give you 4 different videos from you.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
I don't know how you
stand on top of AI.
How you were able to navigate real estate, podcasting, and AI.
Pivoting.
No, man,
that's why I got out of real estate. I like, this is the bigger and better opportunity. Real estate is still good. There's a lot going on, but that industry's been here. This is a brand new industry that just started.
AI, you mean?
First, podcasting, brand new industry, and now like January 2020, I started this, got in. And then now it's like, okay, 3 people so far have come in to record their AI clones. Well, so I'm like, we got something. People are doing this. So it's like, all right, let's double down. And
I'm not ready for that. You got me into doing the YouTube thing because we did audio together for, I think I did 13 shows and it wasn't getting anything, no traction.
It's a little, you got to market it and push it. It's a whole nother.
Well, that's what I wanted to get into, if you don't mind, a little bit about the podcasting thing, because there's millions of podcasters.
It's a $40 billion industry right now.
Yeah, and you don't know who's going to. It's marketing, like you said. It's who's going to listen to you, who's not going to listen to you. So I have no illusions that, I'm going to be the next Joe Rogan or anything, but I like doing it, man. I just like this comfortability about it. And the thing about podcasting, I think, is it gives opinions and perspectives from all angles, as opposed to the news on TV or cable news. So you got one channel on cable news is all liberal. You got one that's all Republican. But with podcasting, you don't have to listen to what you don't want to listen to.
Yeah.
And you get everything. You get everything from politics to relationships to crime and you just see it out there. I wanted to ask you, are the people that are on Instagram and TikTok that do their own shows, is that considered podcasting?
No. It's pretty different. So that'll be more like live streaming. Streaming is a whole nother industry and a whole nother thing going on. The reason it really works is the most popular TV became reality TV. Like, people want that realism, that in your life, like, this is not scripted. Like, that's why they're so into it. So networks even realize, instead of trying to pay for a set and all of this, let's just pay these influencers to just record themselves in their life and just reality TV. So now it gets
so they
cheaper.
Don't have to pay as much. It's much that's cheaper. What they're called, influencers, right?
Yeah. So now that podcast that came out, okay, we just got to pay this studio for like a couple of hours and they just show up. We don't even need to send anyone for 300.
No, I like this venue. It's very interesting. It's enjoyable. It's
natural and private.
It's natural. Because the main thing I think about podcasting is, in the end of the day, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's just opinions.
It's a form of expression.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah, it's an art.
You think so?
Yeah, it's just, you just have to be intentional about it. You got to realize, like, where do I want my show to go? Where do I see it? Because you can't just come in here and just record yourself for fun and just, like, that's it. But the way you have the isms, segments really work because it makes it a show. People can come and look forward to, like, I can't wait for the isms today. So more segments.
This guy's going to complain about a lot of stuff today.
That makes it consistent. Because if it's just like you with different guests, then there's no consistency and YouTube doesn't know, so your audience is going to be you. So make your show for you, and people just like you are going to tune into the show.
I have never seen, when I go to YouTube, I have never seen so many things, so many shows, so many influences, and some of them get thousands of views, and I'm like, how do they do that?
Consistency.
They're nobody.
It's consistency. It's just, that you're going to see them every week at this day, this time. These are the segments they do, and the segments help you with the interview, because instead of worrying about questions, it's just, okay, in this segment, just plug them in. They're going to plug into all your segments.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, bro.
You are. You got a segment.
I got a segment.
You got a segment.
Without you, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, it's okay. We here.
But I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Sometimes I say, well, maybe I'm too old to do this, but I see grandmothers on there doing it.
It's the best because it's just a perspective you won't get anywhere. Like, you can give advice that people won't get anywhere. So I would just make it more of a helpful thing. Like,
so what do you think it is therapy. Yeah. What do you think? Matter of fact, Megyn Kelly always says that. She goes, I love my podcast more than anything. It's therapy for me.
Yeah. That's because you want the realism. So
yeah. And it's all honesty, because why you got to lie. And you could say anything you want, really. I think the only thing you can't do is use music at certain times. Is that true?
You can play like an excerpt, but it's just you'll get flagged for copyright unless like the artist authorizes you to do it. But you can get canceled now, so you can't really just say anything. Like, because you could say the wrong thing and then there's an audience that'll take it like, oh, hell no, let's, so.
No, I mean, I can't, right. I can't say, you know,
Yeah.
things about certain
Some
people.
crazy shit. Yeah,
some
yeah.
psychotic shit. Yeah,
Right,
but I
right,
could
right.
curse and
Yep.
and give my opinion about
Your
most
show.
things. Yeah, you're right. You can't get like someone that like
You would be
tried-
surprised.
Try to kill Trump, and,
Yeah,
and,
you
and
would
now
see-
he's on his
edit
podcast
out.
saying, "I want to kill that guy."
Yeah, edit
You
it
know?
out. Done. Fixed.
Yeah, no, I understand that. There's a certain gravitas, a good word,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess. You know, but for the most part, you could open up and you could discuss pretty much what you want.
Yeah.
Which is important. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's all the same stuff, but you might get a person on there that actually enjoys listening to you and saying, now you don't podcast yourself, do you?
No, it's a whole nother thing to have a show and run a show. That's a whole nother set of brain space and marketing I got to figure out. And like, I'm already tied up. So I'm just trying to be more producer. And then I want to make a network. So I want to have like a bunch of different shows, just film content on my behalf. Not on my behalf, but for the network. And then we just push it out, like different channels for different shows, if that makes sense.
Well, I'll put you on the spot. My show's okay.
I love your show. Yeah, let's do it. No, we could do it. And then I'll sit on. I'll be like, all right, here's our segments. This is, you know, so it's,
Well, I think we work together well because
We do.
even with the scheduling, you know, it's not like, oh, I have to be there.
Yeah,
like a
it's
regular job.
stress-free.
I got to be there 9 a.m. Monday morning. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't make Monday. Can I do Wednesday? Can I do Thursday?
very stress-free.
And, you know, it's stress-free in that regard.
100%.
Do you have any other thoughts on podcasting, though, or where you think it's going with all
Yeah,
this?
I think it's going to get to the point where like everyone has a podcast. So
Wow.
like imagine in your NFL contract, in your singing contract, in your acting contract, they're probably going to start adding in the rights to your podcast when you eventually come out with it.
I see that now. Sean
Yeah.
Hannity has a podcast. The two football brothers have a podcast.
Amin Ra and
The one who's going out with Taylor Swift and his brother. Him and
oh,
him.
the Kelseys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So it's the podcasting is a thing.
And they're making millions off of their podcast alone.
How do you make millions off a podcast? You have to have
Monetization, not even.
I mean, what is can you explain the monetization?
Yeah, so podcasting is all about getting attention. Film, the whole entertainment industry is about getting attention. Once you can get a set amount of attention and show how much attention you're getting, businesses and companies will pay you to get some of that attention on their brand.
So they would have to witness it themselves. They'd have to see it themselves
You
on
got
YouTube.
your analytics. You can show them, look how many views I just got. Look how many views I just got. On this video, I got 1,000 views in a day.
Who are you showing that to?
Anybody, businesses, your local dry cleaner, your local pizza place, and just they will pay you. They'll probably pay for your session. You just start small. Give me $50, $20, and I'll give an ad shout out to your show on every episode.
Do you have to guarantee them so many viewers?
You can if you want to raise the price. I always my belief is start low with a cheap price, and then as you solve problems that make it better, raise the price as you go. Because right now it's new. So while you're learning, I would say just give me $50. I will on the next 2 or 4 shows, I'll read a script about your business like a radio ad, and you could give them that ad and they can share it everywhere.
Wow, I could learn a lot from you.
Yeah, and then you stack brands.
I really could learn a lot from you.
And then places like
I don't want to blow the smoke.
No,
off you,
it's
but
okay.
You're a smart guy. Bro.
That's
You're
why I was
really-
like, I can leave real estate because I think I can figure it out somewhere else. Like the same brain space and all the classes I was taking in real estate. I could have had a degree. So I was like,
yeah.
yeah,
So that's how they monetize. So, I mean,
yeah. And then
all the
brands start calling you now.
Wow.
And then once YouTube identifies you get a certain amount of shows, YouTube will pay you to put there's companies that pay YouTube for YouTube to say, listen, we own all the shows. These shows that make 1 million views a week, give us $50 a week and we'll, so YouTube has a slew of shows that they're going to put in there and they'll give you some revenue share off of that. So you're going to pay from the businesses that pay you to read the ad, YouTube's giving you ad, and you just keep going with stuff.
And well, you know what? Then
Branding.
I'll probably
Turn it into a business.
it's unbelievable.
You
really.
can charge me I'm a business owner. You could charge me $200, $150 to bring me here and interview me on your show to talk about my
And
business.
I always thought, matter of fact, I Googled it recently.
Yeah.
I said, what does Joe Rogan pay his guests? They said nothing.
Nothing. No, guests don't get paid. Guests don't get paid. The guests would pay you because it's exposure for them.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's It's mind-boggling.
That would be your job. Like, while I'm editing and stuff, like, start pushing it out. Like, hey, look, this new podcast. This is me and my brother. This is the dynamic.
Well,
this is what we're all about.
The first brother show, we got almost 700 views, but that's because he blasted it out to everybody.
So you got to keep doing that.
Yeah. So
you want to start dropping reels and shorts and send it back to that video.
I don't know how to do. Well, you'll have to teach me how to do that.
That's your next step.
Eventually. I mean, I'm still new. I'm still in the beginning stages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just so interesting.
It's a whole industry. Like, it's a whole other career.
Well, you know, the Golden Globes now have a category for podcasting.
Yeah.
They did first time this year, you know, best podcaster. And
it's a thing. Netflix had as a podcast division and started buying podcasts. Netflix bought The Breakfast Club.
How do you, a silly question, but did just automatically pick up on it, or you had to study, or you
podcasting? Like, I just built it little by little.
All the stuff you're telling me.
Little by little, it just became my thing and what I do. So I dive in. This is what I'm learning now. I used to be learning about growth rates and density and real estate, and now I'm like,
when you first started though, like, let's say someone like your wife, or she's like, was she like, oh, what are you doing?
No, well, I had one big commission, and I just said, I'm going to start a podcast studio because everyone's starting podcasts. So it's like, I could start a podcast, but then I got to figure out branding. And so, like, I'm going to build something for people who want, when people are digging for gold, you sell shovels. Think about that.
You're a good business guy.
I have a big business.
That's why I was a civil servant.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. Today's the day.
But you know what? I believe if I keep up with this, I'm going to learn a lot from you. I don't know where it's going to go, but I do know, like I was telling a friend just the other day, because some people in my life will be like, what do you think you're going to be? Who do you think you're going to be? And I say, you know what? You like to go golf.
A brand partner.
You like to go do this, bowl. I like to do this.
So get businesses to pay you to advertise their
I
business
haven't even put that in my mind yet.
That's what you do. As you get attention, look, I just got 700 views, and they're like, fuck yeah, here you go. Whatever you want. Give me $30, and you're going to just read a script. And then we can train your AI avatar.
How do you do that? You give avatar, you said?
When we get your AI clone, you give the script to the clones, and the clones read the scripts.
So, in other words, let's say I would walk into a local business, give them my card, and say, if you give me $50, I'll talk about your business the whole half hour or 40 minutes.
Oh, I'll read an excerpt.
I'll read an
like
excerpt.
Like a 30-second ad spot.
And people pay for that?
I'm selling ad spots on my show. Wow. Here's my show. Don't give them a card. Just be like, here's my show. Look at it. Look how clean it looks. Good. You know, look at my views.
Well, that's because of you. You make it look. I mean, when you edit the stuff, I can't believe how much how good they look.
If it's less information, they have less questions. So if you give them a card, now you're giving them more information, and now there's so much more to think about.
I only do that because I have my books on my card too.
I see.
The 3 books that I wrote.
Get a website. Message on your phone from Meta glasses. My glasses.
They talk?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
They translate too.
So let's go back to what we just said again. Yeah. So in other words, you repeat that what we were saying, what we just said. Yeah, I get like that, bro.
So, businesses. Yeah. Less is more. So if you give them too much information, here's a card. I would just get a website, the Coparazzi.com. No matter who you meet, go to the Coparazzi.com.
And how?
What's your number? I'm going to send you the link. Now you got their number.
So all this stuff that we do here would be on my website as well?
Yeah, the website will just link to your YouTube.
And how do I start a website?
Wix.com or Squarespace. Squarespace, you could do it with AI. It'll build it for you. Just tell it what you want to do.
Stop with the AI. I know
you
nothing about
with the AI. You just tell it what you want to do, and it'll build your site. And then you go to GoDaddy and get a domain. It's going to be like $20 a year. And pay for Coparazzi.com.
I'm going to do that, man. In time, we'll get there, man.
Yeah.
We'll get there. Is there anything else you want to say about podcasting that?
This is the best place to start your podcast, the avclubstudios.com.
Oh, I know that. And I've been
out here at Fort Lauderdale.
It's a great place. And you're rated pretty good, too, because if you Google podcast studios, I think you're right in the top 3 there.
Yeah, I got like 57 or 62 5-star reviews, nothing less.
Yeah.
I pride myself in that.
No, and you should, man.
Yeah.
You should always pride yourself on something. Like I wrote 3 books. They're not bestsellers, but I sat in my room and had a
marketing
write for hours and the like, you know. And so I'm I'm just doing what I want to do now, especially at my age. I don't need a part-time job. I don't have to go out and work, and this is
it.
This is it for me, man.
There's an opportunity to make money.
And I'm gonna, you know me, I call you a lot. Sometimes
Yeah,
I say, I hope I'm not calling you too much.
Anybody, your local insurance agent, your local realtor, like, just making them out. And then as you start getting people to pay it easily, you raise it.
Wow, we got to talk about that.
Who would not come in here for $50? Like, it costs more than that to get in here. So you say, give me $50, you could come be on my show. Done. People need digital marketing, and they don't want to make it. They don't know how to make it.
But
so
they also want to see
that.
your product, and if you got view, to see how many views you get.
Why? More views than they got. They ain't got no views. They're not doing nothing.
That's true, too.
You're selling it. You sell yourself.
Wonderful, man. And I thank you for everything that you do. I really do, man.
Long time.
I know you a few years. I had that little break. I got sick for a year, and I couldn't do anything. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful, bro.
You bet.
So
you pulled through.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
No, of course.
This is going to be a good segment.
Yeah, no, thank you. You were like all your hair was gone, right?
I was completely
It's
bald,
back.
and I was 30 pounds lighter.
You're back.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
I'm going to do segments on that on cancer as well, because
Segments.
Yeah, segments.
Call it. How you feeling? You know?
That's great, man.
How you doing today?
It's a baffling disease, and because I know people that had the same thing and they're dead.
Yeah, it's scary.
So why you? Why him?
One of my
me?
closest friends had cancer at 32. She beat it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
that's wonderful. But are you getting a lot of people now coming in? I remember.
Yeah, it's picking up now, especially now that I'm doing more B2B voiceover and stuff like that. So I'm really just trying to scale and get into this
We
AI
did that
thing.
voice thing with that. Was it a school person? Remember that time?
We did a lot.
Lovely lady. We did 13 audio shows, I think.
Yeah.
And so now this is like my 5th video show.
The video shows are the way because you can just upload the audio.
I'm excited.
You still got the audio shows, right?
I still have them, of course.
No, like this one. This is also an audio show.
But this is not on Spotify, right?
It can be because you got the audio.
All right.
Upload it.
So listen, I so appreciate it, as you
course.
know, my friend, and had a good day, good session, man. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you. Follow me, Big Business FL on Instagram, the AV Club Podcast Studios. You should move your front to here. Like the front of the show, you like, comment, subscribe. That should be at the end. Like,
what should be at the end?
Your like, comment, subscribe. You should be like, I hope you enjoyed the show. Like,
know,
comment,
I
subscribe.
did.
Follow me on Coparazzi. I'm gonna just move it. I'm gonna move it to the end. I got you.
Your advice is you're right. I think
Start the show. Yeah.
I think I actually did that with the audios. I don't know why I said that first. The last 2 shows
It's an icebreaker.
Yeah.
You need an icebreaker segment. Boom.
All right, bud.
All right, my man. Good to see you.
You too.